Okay. What is up? Already got our first spammer. That's always
Yeah, that
good.
was fast. I can't even figure out how to get freaking YouTube. Stupid. I did.
Yeah.
I did.
The bot's been murdered.
Jungle meow.
So yeah, we're also working on slushies of the Tang variety. And I've made some tentative decisions. So I want to change up the Banshee a little bit. I want to have it looking like, in order to do her big Banshee scream, she kind of like has to rip her face in half.
That only took me forever.
It did only take forever. Oh, no. I will never change my mind about Tang Slushy. Maybe.
Well, we haven't tried it yet.
We haven't tried it yet.
It kind of looks like it's all piled up in the front.
Yeah.
So does that mean it's ready?
Maybe.
Do we wait for
You can try it. Try a little slug.
What do you think you'd need to add to a Tang slush to make it a Wu Tang slush?
Cody.
How do we add Wu? Okay, how do we legally add Wu?
That's an excellent question. I don't know.
I'm gonna turn this down.
Okay. Yep. I also figured out that you can't ask the internet for nothing. Yeah, it's just got extra ginseng in it. Ginseng and rhino horn.
Tangy.
Is it tangy?
It is tangy.
So I unfortunately did think of something else.
I think we need to get bigger straws.
To do with the Banshee Sculpt, like literally 10 minutes ago.
We need to get boba straws.
It was not that we needed to get boba straws.
Huh?
So okay, I'm pretty sure what that one was going to be. I do like the idea of a more portrait-based Banshee, and I only just thought of like 10 minutes ago or 5 minutes ago that I totally should have harassed our friend Giggling Banshee to send funny pictures, and I could have used that, but turns out I didn't think of that, so we're going with Kate Dickey still.
Oh,
because I like her face.
Let me. There you go.
Yeah, I also.
I stole the straw.
Well, you only brought one straw.
No, I brought two. It's just the regular straws aren't big enough.
I'll use a little straw. I'm fine with a little straw. Yeah, it could be. I think Wu-Tang may have predated this Zerp anyway.
Huh.
But yeah, in other
That's okay. We can find more somewhere.
yeah, we can find straws, no problem. In other news, fun for me, probably not for you guys, I got new sculpting tools. These are hairbrush cleaners and also little finger doobries. So what I've noticed that's really, really cool about the finger doobries is they're different sizes, but they're also different patterns of like nubbin. So like these nubbins are really close together on the pink one, and the orange one, they're much further apart. So I'll be fiddling with some of those later. Yeah, they are, I believe, a latex product. It doesn't say that, but I think they are, just based on the feel. They stick pretty good, but they don't feel too tight or anything. Yeah, you can maybe my wife can send a link to the one that we got, because it was just a Temu purchase. Yeah, the smallest one, for whatever reason, it's labeled number 00. I don't know if that's like fairly like if that's a fairly conventional naming thing, but that stays right on my fingers. It's actually kind of hard to get off. The size number 3 fits my thumb really well, but it's too big for any of my fingers, really. Let's see, what else do we have? We've got just a number 0 that fits. I believe that fits all my fingers pretty well. Maybe the middle finger's a little tight in there, and the pinky finger's a little loose, but it's pretty close. Yeah, pointer finger. The number 0 feels pretty good. 00 also works. What else I got? Let's see if this one here is like a medium size. The number 1.
What did you get those?
Texturing. And because
So are they like hard? Like a hard rubber.
They're like a rubber. Yeah, I got them for texturing and because Micah uses.
Okay. So you want to be like the cool kids?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
Fair. Fair.
Yeah, number 1 fits basically all my fingers except my thumb. So, yeah, 1 or 0 would probably do you. Untrue. But yeah, no, if it's good enough, if they're cool enough for Micah to try, I figured it's worth a shot. He does use Chavant more frequently, so it may not work too well. But like, I did a little bit of fiddling, and it gives a pretty decent texture. It's stickier and it tends not to have quite such a hard surface. Let's see. So I'm going to do some quick measuring to get a little bit better likeness. Really rough. I don't actually care if it's a good portrait, but I find if I start with a real face, sometimes I get something a little more interesting. So this face is a little narrow. That is Kate Dickey. That's from the Northman. Well, no, that one's actually from the Green Knight shot.
Kate Dickey?
Kate Dickey. Yeah, so I'm gonna build out a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, what I should have you do is harass Becky, and if she gets back fast enough. Stupid goofy picture.
Share swatching.
I guess, yeah. That's fine. How are you finding the slushy? Does it please thee? Are you living deliciously?
Yes.
That's definitely too wide. No, it's not.
Blue.
Green Knight was kind of fun. It's the effects were interesting. Try some Tang's Lucy.
Okay.
That's actually really good, and it slushes really well. I looked up on the internet how to make slushy syrups, and they were claiming 2-to-1. It was powdered Tang. A 2-to-1 ratio of sugar to water makes a good syrup, without pointing out that ratio makes a good concentrate syrup. So I made a 2-to-1 ratio Tang. It's at that concentration, it is practically undrinkable. But if you just mix it to taste, it slushes up really well. Which that that bodes well for powdered drink mixes.
Yeah, we've had this thing going like almost every single day since we brought it back.
Yeah, it's been a bit nuts. Yeah.
How'd that go?
About the same as when I did it with the Tang syrup.
The
Tang syrup. Okay, the Tang syrup doesn't taste quite as bad because the
like, oh my god, Grandma is naked in the kitchen. Thanks, Elven Chanter.
Neat.
Oh, yeah. Oh my god.
Hmm. I would suspect so. Yeah, it's a good expression. I like it.
Chunk.
Hmm?
Oh, there's something in the bottom of the
Oh.
mug, and I thought it was a hole, but it's a chunk. Oh, something. Nothing. Don't mind me. Nothing's happening.
I don't know about 5 spice powder. I mean, maybe. Alright. So in order for this not to look quite so funny, I think I need to do a little bit of...
We want it to be funny.
Well, I do want it to be funny, but I want it to be a bit more believable. So we need to do a little bit of surgery.
Oh, what you doing?
I am going to lower this or lengthen this jaw slightly. I mean, it's practically traditional at this point for me to just lop off huge sections of a sculpt and move them around. But I mean, it is one of the magical things about monster clay. Just gonna add a little bit in here. Yeah. Use my handy dandy.
She's cute.
Tool. I really do like this thing. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's
Yeah, you get to be like, I'm sure.
what?
No,
Cannibal or something? What?
you're getting to be like Atomic Shrimp in this game first.
Yes. Maybe. Nope. Higher still.
No, we haven't. The only milky things we've done so far is eggnog,
Yeah.
which I quite enjoy.
Yes. I like it. I like it for slushies.
I haven't tried it for coffee yet either.
No, you
Which
haven't.
is going to happen.
I'm sure it will.
Going.
It's actually kind of fun. So I want to leave that just ever so slightly too long, because it looks kind of fun. Yeah, I'm gonna
You
shake.
want to give her a bit of a horse face?
No. Nope, we'll try and do a bit of portrait. Might have to. Why does this look like the old animation things from when they were doing crazy animations for like I forget the video game with Shepard and it was the one your sister played all the time. Mass Effect. It was the Gary's Mod Mass Effect memes. Where they really messed with the facial expressions. Yeah, it is nice to kind of ground a monster a bit, I find. And one nice way to do that is use actual proportions. Too far off. Indeed, proportionizing. We may adjust some of these later for fun. For now. Fake Frosties are, yes. I do believe they would. We tried. I mean, the Shamrock Shake thing that we tried was pretty good.
Make us some grimace milk next.
Hmm?
Make us some grimace milk.
I mean, you can try that. I don't think anybody here has the same deep commitment to the grimace milk
This paint?
that Payne has.
Yeah, probably not. That's okay.
I'm actually kind of surprised no coffee has gone into that thing yet.
Okay, that's only due to like your laziness.
Your like
Maybe tomorrow.
Frappuccino thing is
My Frappuccino thing.
yeah. You have
My
you have a real problem with nice coffee things.
I do not.
Only when the machine is broken.
Yeah. My turn.
Yeah, it does need. I have.
Do you want some more before I steal it?
No. I have noticed that the cold slushiness kind of represses a little bit of the sweet flavor. So you do want things to be a little on the oversweet side in the mix. Yeah. I imagine like some of those iced coffee things or those creamery deals. But I think I'm going to end up making some more from scratch kind of stuff. Just start with like simple syrups and maybe some citric acid mix. I mean, the device really has a lot of fun potential. Get a little bit of stick. Get a little bit of eyelid action going. We don't have quite as off-putting an expression. Yeah, I kind of like the idea that the Banshee scream sort of involves essentially splitting her whole head in half and dislocating the lower jaw. I think that's a fun way to do character design, is thinking about like some weaknesses and drawbacks for your characters. It's like Banshees just can't do that screaming all the time. Yeah, it's get more interesting characters when you think about things like that. I feel like D&D would be a kind of a reasonable exercise for people that were trying to get into character design.
Yeah.
Just as a way to think about like how to build a story around like character things, because if you're not the DM, you don't really have control over the setting as much, so your storytelling is through what your character can do. I'm sure there are other equally good methods if that's something that would be a hassle for you to get involved with because other people
other people are tedious.
But just thinking in terms of like what can this character do and shape some of your visual decisions. Like if I wanted to have if I was going to make a Banshee character for a film or something like that, I might think about, instead of making that like little thin wispy one, I might think about making like an opera singer kind of body. She's had to develop some. But I mean, it also depends on if you're, if you're thinking about a Banshee as being something wholly incorporeal, wouldn't make sense to necessarily worry about the physical qualities that would allow it to make a lot of sound. I forget what the most like prevalent Banshee mythology is. I know they're kind of often sort of a ghostly type figure. Somebody that had a nasty death or died with stuff left to do. I don't know if there's like a most prevalent version. But I should look into that. I often don't do my research all at once. I almost never do my research all at once.
My
Getting some hair fall out.
just a lot.
Is it a new brush?
Here.
That happens sometimes.
Would I keep going? Do you leave it?
I don't know. It might depend on why it's shedding hairs. If it was crimped into the ferrule,
Yeah.
and that's where a lot of its sticking power is. You keep pulling hair out and you're just going to make it worse and worse.
Yeah.
But if it's just going to keep shedding hairs into your work, a lot of times that happens if you let the brush stay wet for too long. If it's not good glue, it can soften the glue a little. I don't think there's a real good fix for it. The best bet, I think, is being nice to your brushes.
Shut up.
So that they last.
Shut up.
And you don't have to break in a new one all the time. I quite like some inexpensive brushes sometimes, but there is a period of there is a break-in period. She knows she's horrible to paint brushes.
I'm not horrible.
Don't know what those poor paintbrushes ever did to you. I haven't used that many. Where did you get the brush? Is that one of the
I'm not sure.
ones you got from PSH or? You are animals.
These are pretty fat brushes, so I suspect I got them right. So I don't know if I would have bought this
No,
on purpose.
could have been the Temu brush.
I don't think so.
I've actually had really good luck with Temu brushes. Like not all of them.
This bristles will just work. I'm not too worried about that.
Well, it doesn't just continuously do that. Check. Where's my little tools? I like it for small, yeah, no, that's
Small things that don't matter.
small thing. Well, like that's where these came from. I like it for things that are difficult to find. Like hairbrush cleaners. Where do you find hairbrush? The calligraphy style brushes actually work really well. Yeah, I mean, maybe a beauty supply. I haven't visited a lot of beauty supplies, so I will admit that I have not done the proper research on that.
Yeah, this probably most beauty supplies get their stuff.
I mean, I would hope not. I would hope they get their stuff from a bigger bulk supplier than like a Temu. But yeah, I do like my multi packs of calligraphy brushes. Yeah, they don't typically. There is a place up here that does. Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure they have it at Sculpture Supply, but they also have it at Sial, Sial. They are a makeup and effects supply out of Montreal, I believe. I know Chuck uses them. Has been fairly pleased with their stuff. But yeah, the alcohol-based makeups are pretty specialized. I wouldn't expect to find them in with your usual beauty makeup. Did you brain freeze yourself? Yeah, I've also never used the alcohol. You're talking about the those little Mac palettes, I'm guessing. Yeah. Nope, I've never used those myself. Hmm? You're not done shedding yet?
I'm back.
I could have sworn they were Mac palettes, the ones that they had at the shop. I mean, a lot of the same makeup companies that do make, maybe not a lot of the same makeup companies, but some of the same companies that make makeup for, regular fashion type stuff also make effects makeup supplies. I wouldn't know what a normal Mac palette was. I haven't had any real normal makeup experience. Um, it'd be something interesting to learn, but yeah, I personally don't have any kind of a baseline for makeup.
Might have actually been a new brush. Never used before.
That's not too surprising. Then you're gonna have a little bit of shed out in any new brush.
Okay, that was a lot.
And you might you will occasionally you do occasionally get a dud brush.
That was a pile of garbage is what that was.
No, occasionally you do get a dud brush.
No.
Hmm?
Not my fault. I treat my brushes just fine.
Two things can be true, but one of those things is not. That one may have been completely not your bad, but that does not mean that you treat your brushes nicely.
I guess I should probably figure out where I got it from so I can not do that.
See, I would not do that necessarily.
Not worry about it?
No.
It might have just been one.
Yeah, because occasionally you do get a dud brush. That's why I kind of like the multi-packs from Temu. Because you'll generally get one or two out of a dozen or so that are not great. But I mean, honestly, even buying like much more expensive artist brushes, when I used to buy
these stupid ones.
stupid long. Oh, because the handle is longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a. Actually, I'm not sure why the. Are the bristles stiffer?
No.
No. Okay. Then that's just a weird brush. Typically, the handles are much shorter on watercolor brushes.
Mm-hmm.
That looks like I would have guessed that was an oil brush, but you wouldn't really use a limpy camel hair for oil paints. Yeah, the ferrules coming off because they were like the glue failed or the crimp wasn't great is super common. Like it's definitely it's one of those things that it's definitely a problem and that shouldn't be a thing, but like finding a brush that isn't going to occasionally happen, it just isn't, like, it isn't practical. I've bought some pretty fairly expensive brushes and they don't work any better or last any better than some of the less expensive ones I've had. No, I never used any of those. They were not carried by the supplier that I used when I was a painter. I know I've seen a lot of people using them that work in more the Western US. Kind of like Daniel Smith paints. Are kind of the go-to. I don't know where they're manufactured, but you're much more likely to find like the Winsor Newton and Utrecht. Utrecht was pretty common supplier of pretty good paints. Like the trying to think what were like the best brushes that I got for like fancy brush purposes. I guess Winsor Newton made a couple of really good rounds. They used to have some pretty high-end sable brushes. Yeah. Which, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. When I see a brush company that's working with like an artist and it's like their signature line thing, I don't trust that more. Like I think the best case I've seen.
Barbara Swearpants.
Yeah, Bob Ross oil paints are actually quite good. Bob Ross's brushes were pretty good. They weren't my style, because he tended to use a very thick brush with a lot of hairs in it. I mean, there are drummers that use certain drumsticks for sure, but like I've seen the number of signature series brushes that I've seen from artists, and they're not even like they're not even curated, let alone anything particularly special about the brush. Like it's basically just a different color handle with a little signature on it, but they have practically the whole line. Like possibly musical instruments are better, or like those kind of endorsement deals are better. And I've definitely known artists that use like a particular kind of brush that they'll recommend. Like that's what, you know, once you get used to it, like you do go through brushes are they're kind of a consumable, so I would wear out brushes, you know, the sizes that I used a lot when I was working on canvas more, especially. I might wear out a couple of brushes in a month, like not the same brush. Like I don't think I would use up a brush within a month, but you know, every month of painting I would need to replace a couple of my brushes just because the hairs had broken, and they get shorter as you work with them. It's not so bad with when I was working on smoother panels, but there is a well-regarded pinstriping brush that was named after a particular artist, but I'm pretty sure it was one where he had a very like specific thing that he did to his brushes, and found a company that would make them for him. But I've seen an awful lot of signature brushes. I've even seen signature sculpting tools that were sets made by, you know, a decent company and everything, but there was nothing special about the tool. They were just paying somebody in money or in art supplies.
Something in commercials.
Yeah. Well, it's like it's just a sponsorship deal. Yeah, Good. Yeah, they're definitely good brushes. Sword stripers are a pretty specific tool. Um, brushes do make a pretty big difference, but like if you get a yep, yeah, those, well, there's the long ones. They have a really short handle and they're usually wrapped with yeah, and they're usually, they don't have a metal ferrule. They'll have a tied on string ferrule if they're the really good ones usually. Um, because you don't want any crud getting in those brushes, and it's very difficult to keep it out. I haven't done a lot of striping, but I've used the brushes before. Um, but yeah, I haven't never used one. You might consider getting something in that, because I know you like to do some more graphical work sometimes. I used to use them on occasion when I wanted to do long interrupted line or uninterrupted lines when I was working on larger paintings. Um, it was nice to have that extra, the extra brush hair, and you can kind of get the same thing in oil brushes, but they tended to be quite small. So the automotive style stripers, yeah. I mean, part of that is due to the fact that you're painting on metal, and it's not very absorbent, so the enamel paints on metal do make a nice long smooth line. But even working with regular oil paint, as long as you thin it properly, if you're working on especially panel, but you know, if you got a reasonably smooth canvas, doesn't matter.
Oh, I was just looking at Gilman. There is a 13 over there, but
Yeah. But yeah, there's a big difference between like well, like there's a ton of comic book artists that use uh the Winsor Newton, I think it's the number 7 uh the little the squirrel hair brushes. I forget the name right now. Sables, the little number 7 round sable. I think like everybody used that. It was either number 7 or number 2. But like for comic book inking, like that was sort of almost at the industry standard paintbrush. And they're, you know, they are really good brushes. Like there's a reason why everybody used them. But you know, like if you got the signature series version, it's not going to be any better than the standard one. And I don't think the like I didn't see too many you know, signature series Winsor Newton brushes or anything like that. But there were other companies that made those, and they definitely weren't making a better product for somebody to endorse. They were, at best, it was something where the artist would kind of curate a little collection of brushes that they liked. But usually it was just paying more for the same brushes. I remember I got a whole load of brushes from literally the dollar store because they were Thomas Kincaid's watercolor brushes. And that was after some of his shadier doings became better known. Perfectly fine brushes, and I got a really good deal on them, but they weren't any different from the other ones that you could get.
She smoothed out a lot.
She has smoothed out a lot. Yeah, I think that's the
Okay.
the only time that I would really look for a.
I like drinking out of him.
You like drinking out of him?
I do.
Yeah, the only time that I would really look for a signature series celebrity tool of any kind is when that celebrity has done something fucking ass-hatted. I got a lovely Martha Stewart branded vegetable knife. I forget who manufactured that, but yeah, when the celebrity says something racist, and you can no, Martha Stewart went to prison for tax fraud. But if a celebrity's going to say something racist, check out their merch. You know, you might get some good deals on Paula Deen's Plantation Collection cookware.
No, thank you.
But other than, I mean, I'm not above buying.
I mean, once it gets to the liquidation place, it's not like
buying
she's getting
Paula Deen's
anymore, right?
heavily. Oh, she's not getting anything for it once they've had it discounted over like, you know, if they've had to drop the price by like 50%.
That was her 50%.
Yeah, that was her 50% for sure. They're already losing money on these things, and I am fine with that. Yeah, aside from when they've done something stupid, I don't think celebrity endorsements ever did anything. Or at least not in my lifetime. Although Bob Ross's stuff was pretty good. His paints had a pretty good high pigment load for an inexpensive paint. So I can't talk shit about the Bob Ross material. Except the liquid white.
As opposed to solid white?
Liquid white was Bob Ross's. That was his gimmick paint. It wasn't really his gimmick paint. It was. I forget his one mentor guy that was also painted in a similar style, but it's a. I won't talk mad shit on the liquid white, but I did not find it a particularly useful paint product. The very slow drying, light bodied primer that you're supposed to put down so that you can blend your colors in. No. Like, I guess if you wanted to follow along with the TV show, it might have been a thing, but it's not a great product. It's not really a fantastic idea to work into paint soup. Right over your ground. I mean, I can follow along on Mario Paint, but not to the same extent that was it Vsauce did? That was highly entertaining. I don't know, Bob. The natural story arc progression of mounting insecurity followed by, well, no, it kind of came out. I still think it would be, if I could get the video setup down and be bothered with the time it would take to do a really proper Bob Ross style video of just the most metal painting I could come up with. Get the happy little skeleton hands rising out of happy little blood lake.
Are you using your phone right now?
No. Well, kind of. Can you be quick with it?
Yeah. Well, I just discovered why I kind of added those to the site.
Oh, because they're not. They're way back in the camera folder then. That's not going to be quick, I don't imagine. Yeah, happy little Valkyrie on a dragon. Gotta have a Lich King in there somewhere. Well, as long as my references has been poached. I'm gonna add a little height to this.
Oh.
But yeah, I think that would be a fun project. But I would want to do it right. And I don't see doing that. I could probably get the impression down, but the studio lighting and all that would be a whole thing. I mean, the Afro wig would be fun. Yes. Bob Ross was pretty cool. Do you remember when he used to bring on the little critters? His squirrels? Got Elvin Cantor over on YouTube was also a Bob Ross fan. Trying to, just in case people can't see the YouTube live chat on Twitch. I don't know what everybody can see.
Yeah. They can see on the screen for a bit.
Yeah, that was always one of my favorite bits.
It was awesome.
Yeah. I mean, you can't give anybody too much shit that used to rock out with squirrels in their pocket.
Secret squirrels.
Secret squirrels.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Secret squirrels were good. We had a little bunny at one point. Have a good night. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Let's get some. You probably did have little birds. You have little birds all the time. Those things, I swear they have no.
Crash the stream.
They have no survival instinct. What are you doing? Why would you crash the stream? What are you?
Uploading pictures that you have neglected to give.
Oh, that has nothing to do with the stream. Oh, because on our. Just turn the internet off. Let it run off of its own internet. I never use that. I mean, I keep it on now because I never run short of internet.
Okay.
They put.
Oh, looks like I might need to zoom out a bit.
I want to get a little more.
Okay. Well, this is uploading. But otherwise, I guess I'm done for now.
Are you going to stay?
We need to do some inventory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woman,
What?
I have
What?
I have things to do.
And I don't.
Yeah, but I have them to do right now. No. Oh, I hate this.
Did I fuck it up?
I mean, yes. It's my reference.
You don't need reference. You're better than this.
What?
What?
No. Nobody's better than reference. Everybody should be using references. I don't like that angle though. Let's go down. I'm genuinely not sure how shitty Charmander went down. That's one of those. I don't know.
Wait, no, that was the Dark Souls. Was it?
No.
Did we come up with like, or somebody we watched play?
No, that was Pain referring to the one character as shitty Charmander. Or the one monster is shitty Charmander all the time.
What I do?
Noted the similarities between the evolved pus of man forms in Dark Souls 3 and the shitty Charmander. So, I mean, I suppose it was a video game thing in that Pokemon a video game or a card game first? Like, how does that work? I don't know who to blame Pokemon on. Hmm?
Japan?
What is it doing? But yes, I don't know if Shitty Charmander would have been like a very skilled artist. Doing very, very bad things, or if it was more an accident of terrible things that turn out really, really funny sometimes. Every once in a while, I will see something like that, and it turns out that it was, in fact, somebody doing it knowingly. Obvious Plant has had a few of those where they do a really convincing bad translation kind of thing. Yeah, I mean the skill, people don't really think about the amount of skill that's involved to do something convincingly bad on purpose. Cool.
How hard is it to make a root? Oh, I just dropped my brush.
I mean, those are I'm not sure I necessarily count those in the same thing. Possibly the Diglett one. They are both extremely entertaining, but there's a degree of skill there that is apparent that is not apparent in the Shitty Charmander. Um, like I've done intentionally horrible things. Um, but the difference between doing something that is kind of grounded in anatomy and well rendered, yeah, you're not going to come out with the with that particular
Not unless that's your
viral
style.
nonsense. But whose style?
I don't know.
I don't think that's
I
anyone's
don't think so either.
style.
But you know what I mean? Like some people who are like some artists. I won't make any judgments on whether they're good or not, but they could be famous, but they just have like a really crazy style.
I mean, I'm trying to think of a really good example of one that is intentionally very off model, but it's clear that they're very intentionally off model.
Yeah.
The I forget the artist's name, but whoever does the Meat Canyon animations, the one with uh, the bad, no, that's not actually them, although it does look a little bit like that. Particularly there's a bit of a trend with small teeth and you know the Stephen Colbert upper lip trick.
Yes.
That seems to be a bit of a trend. And the meat canyon stuff may have been, yeah, it's probably getting shorter. May have been some of the earliest examples of that, although I don't know that to be true. But it's one of the earlier examples that I recall seeing.
Ooh,
Getting strunk in the
maybe
bottom.
it's got more concentrated.
Got more concentrated. Well, you may have siphoned off some of the icy, watery part.
Ooh, awesome.
But yeah, like those are clearly characters that are designed to be off-putting. But they're also very clearly done by somebody that absolutely knows what they're doing. Whereas the shitty Charmander, if that was somebody that absolutely knew what they were doing, they absolutely knew what they were doing. Because that is very difficult to do. Like copying old medieval wackiness is not super difficult. Coming up with your own medieval wackiness that's kind of a thing. Yeah, like the illuminated manuscript kind of things. Mike Dorsey does like original designs in that sort of ukiyo-e style, which is very it's very stylized. So there's a lot of like stuff that doesn't. You can keep holding that. But yeah, it's like it is like a block print design style, although it wasn't all printed, but yeah, like that, doing recognizable portraits in that style, or like people that do really good American traditional style tattoo work, where they're doing their own original designs. Like that's really hard. They can look yeah, a lot of his work is quite large. But yeah, like you end up with pieces that look intentionally very rough and crude. In the like the American traditional tattoos are oh, you got another bot.
Oh, I'm on it.
This time it is a precipitous sink.
Precipitous sink.
Not a bad attempt. I kind of like precipitous sink. I get a lot of precipitousness in username. Let's get some of these. Deep. Should have gone with 8D.
Huh?
Yeah, I suppose 8D would have been. Would harken back to the calculator penis jokes. Get a little more puffy underlid. I mean, if their names are too fun, we have to let them stay. Them's the rules. We need like a council of elders to like at least Yumi and Payne to vote on whether or not their name is cool enough to stay. You got to get 2 out of 3. But you're never going to vote for anybody to stay.
Me?
Yeah, you. If the name is Workin' Merkin 8D, I might vote to keep Workin' Merkin. I might vote to keep Workin' Merkin, but they gotta earn it. Like they can't just swing by and drop off a bot comment. They have to respond. Like I realize it's a bot, but it's gonna need the sophistication to play along. At least appreciate that the reason why it gets to be there is Workin' Merkin title. I mean, if Itchy Boobers pops up and tells us about inexpensive viewers, Itchy Boobers gets to stay. Workin' Merkin's good, but it's no Itchy Boobers. Twerking for Nickels is not bad, although I think that one is a reference. I can't remember to what at the moment, but was it a Redditor? No, if the original Twerking for Nickels drops in at any point, they can shill if they wish. I mean, clearly, like, they're twerking for Nickels. They need the money. I'm not even sure what the logistics of twerking for Nickels would be. Like, if they just kind of scatter them on the ground about one as they twerk, that feels like a health and safety violation. That could get slippery. You don't want to have a twerking injury caused by insecure footing. And I mean, even if you probably could handle it on your own, it's not a good example to set for the younger strippers. But like, you know, how many nickels can you hold in torquing appropriate undergarments? Or do you do it in non-torquing appropriate undergarments? Like you're torquing, but it's like cargo pants. Twitch did not like whatever it was that Payne came up with.
Torquing, I'm assuming. Oh, yeah.
I mean,
36 views of my booby? Mount Booby? 36 views of Mount Booby?
I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna. I'm not gonna let 360-degree views of Mount Booby get away with a whole lot on this channel. Oh, 36 views. Okay. That makes more sense. I think that one would work better if you were on like Instagram or Facebook, where you had a little thumbnail image. There's a visual. A visual reference there that would be good if done well. That'd be a pretty good ceramic series. Should get on that, Pi. 36 views of Mount Booby. Not sure if you literally just stick a nipple on Mount on Mount Fuji for that, or I don't know, some sort of Choaniki like replace Mount Fuji with a boob. I mean, that is appreciated. I think more entities should be more like Payne, more generous with their IP. That's right. As long as it's funny. You can't just keep putting a dick on Disney characters. But if you do it well enough, then you should get a pass. So some sort of like food of Mrs. Potts is gonna work. As long as it still properly looks like Mrs. Potts, I'm okay with it. I've seen a lot of like pin-up versions of whatever character that just has some like attribute of the reference. Like they'll have a pin-up SpongeBob that's basically just a regular pin-up drawing, but it's like yellow and has the... Does SpongeBob have like cargo shorts or denim shorts? I can't remember. Like that. I find that tidy whities. No, I don't think.
No?
I don't think tidy whities.
What do we what?
What does SpongeBob wear?
Yeah.
Is it just tidy whities? I swear he had on. I've seen pictures of SpongeBob underpants, but I swear he doesn't just rock underpants all the time.
Oh. It's got like a little suit.
Little suit.
Shirt and shorts. Tie.
Shirt, shorts, tie. Yeah, business slacks. He's got on khakis. That's the word I was looking for, khakis. Wait, does that mean SpongeBob's a white supremacist? Wasn't that a thing?
No information.
Weren't they
wearing khakis? I don't know.
And now I'm gonna have to look this up at some point. I swear there was a thing. One of the white supremacist group was wearing like business casual. That was their like uniform. I'm not looking it up right now because we only have 10 minutes of stream left, and I'm not gonna waste that on. I'm gonna waste the last 10 minutes of stream trying to figure out what a white supremacist uniform is. Maybe it's Hawaiian shirts.
Oh. Tiki torches?
Tiki. Well, there was tiki torches. Yes. think it was Hawaiian shirts though. So I vaguely remember my impression was they looked like a bunch of Circuit City employees. No, Best Buy. Blue. I think it was blue polo, some khaki pants. I don't remember.
I don't know.
It might have been the Proud Boys.
I don't know.
I think it was also the like 2016 era racism. It is literally one of the worst names ever. Black and yellow polo. Could be. Yeah, that it probably was something very specific like that because I remember whatever retailer it was kind of pissed off. Like they didn't sign on to be the white supremacist uniform. Get some ears roughed in on this. No, probably not. Not entirely certain how I'm gonna handle sort of the posing and figuration on this one, but I don't think I want it too spindly. Ear's not gonna be right. Gotta shave some more off of that. I am not. I mean, in the reference image, she's got like a like a veil and a heavily embroidered kind of capelet thing going on. I don't think I'm going to make her neck fat. I think one thing I do want to do is have the skin underneath be very compressed, like she's really having to like wad up all the meat down here to get the jaw to go down that unnaturally low. I think there's going to have to be some decisions made around hair as well, but that's for future me to worry about.
That's a problem for tomorrow.
I don't know. Quality over quantity.
Shut up.
I don't know. I kind of dig the low Princess Leia bun thing that's happening. I might try that out. It has a medieval flair to it. Well, maybe not in the image, but when it's a little bigger, I can see what's going on.
Fix it, but time's up.
Well, I'm not. Again, future me problem.
Yes.
Current me is working on face problems.
Okay. It is 10 o'clock.
It is 10 o'clock, though.
Shall we call it?
We probably should. I've got a box to make and possibly some other projects.
Inventory.
No. Anyway, hope you had a fun stream. Thanks for coming out.
So next stream Thursday?
Yeah, I think so.
The 1st, I believe?
Yeah.
You okay with that?
I'm okay with that.
Okay. We're not doing anything important anyway?
I don't think so.
Not on the 1st. Okay.
Have a good night.
Oh, later, guys.